Beneath the tranquil sky, Alice languishes beside her sister on the verdant riverbank, a silent rebellion brewing in her heart. Lost in the labyrinth of words, her sister remains oblivious, her nose buried in a book devoid of the color and life that Alice so desperately craves. In a moment of quiet defiance, Alice breaks the silence, her voice tinged with frustration. What is the use of a book without pictures or conversations? A blur of white fur and frantic energy as a white rabbit, eyes ablaze with anxiety, rushes past Alice, a pocket watch clutched tightly in his paw. The white rabbit mutters urgently, "Oh dear, I shall be late," as he disappears into the lush greenery. Alice watches, spellbound by the utterly bizarre sight of a rabbit adorned in a waistcoat and consulting a watch, her intrigue reaching its zenith. Alice, driven by irresistible curiosity, impulsively plunges down the mysterious rabbit hole after the elusive white rabbit. In a moment of reckless abandon, she jumps without a second thought. A dizzying, surreal plunge begins, with no return in sight. Alice falls into the rabbit hole, a descent into the unknown where reality twists and gravity seems to lose its grip. Time stretches as Alice floats gently downward, the walls of the well adorned with an eccentric collection of forgotten treasures and arcane knowledge. Cupboards burst open with peculiar artifacts, each shelf a gateway to untold stories, while bookshelves teeter under the weight of ancient secrets. Maps whisper promises of uncharted territories, and pictures reveal scenes of impossible beauty and surreal wonder. In the disorienting descent of the rabbit hole, Alice's fingers graze a dusty shelf, seizing a jar labeled orange marmalade. The sudden disappointment of an empty jar flickers across Alice's face. Amid the endless fall, Alice's eyes pierce the darkness, a silent vow to protect those below. Alice plummets into the unknown, her expression reflecting a mix of wonder and contemplation as she ponders her descent. Lost in thought, Alice murmurs, "I wonder how many miles I have fallen by this time." Her musings continue as she declares, "I must be getting somewhere near the center of the earth." She tries to calculate her location. "Let me see. That would be 4,000 miles down, I think. Yes, I suppose that is the right distance, but then I wonder what latitude or longitude I have got to." She concludes with a touch of whimsy. Alice had no idea what latitude was, or longitude either, but thought they were nice grand words to say. Alice plummets into the rabbit hole, a dizzying mix of fear and exhilaration swirling within her. Her mind races with fantastical visions of piercing the Earth's core and emerging into a world where gravity defies logic. In a moment of nervous excitement, Alice wonders aloud, "I wonder if I shall fall right through the earth. How funny it'll seem to come out among the people that walk with their heads downwards." Alice continues, her curiosity piqued. "I must ask them what country this is then. Australia? New Zealand?" Suddenly, a flicker of doubt crosses Alice's face. Alice pauses, then whispers, "But then, I might be rather ignorant about it for such a silly question." Alice clutches her skirt, plunging into the rabbit hole as a vortex of thoughts engulfs her. Amid the dizzying fall, Alice wonders aloud, "I do hope they'll remember Dinah's saucer of milk at tea time." Lost in contemplation, Alice questions, "Do cats eat bats, I wonder?" Alice drifts into a sleepy dream, envisioning a tranquil stroll with Dinah. Alice plummets into the unknown, landing with a thump on a bed of sticks and leaves. Unscathed from her fall, Alice springs to her feet, her gaze fixed on the white rabbit darting down the seemingly endless passage. The white rabbit remains just within sight, a fleeting beacon in the twisting depths of the rabbit hole. Alice chases the elusive white rabbit, only to find herself swallowed by a long, dimly lit hall of locked secrets. In a labyrinth of locked doors, Alice is enveloped by a sense of mystery and mounting frustration. The hanging lamps cast an eerie glow, accentuating the hall's infinite length and Alice's growing isolation. In the seemingly endless long hall, Alice embarks on a sorrowful quest, each door a mocking reminder of her confinement. Her hope dwindling with each failed attempt, Alice is caught by a wave of frustration that intensifies with every turn. Alice's despair echoes in the silent hall as she cries out, "How will I ever get out again?" In the seemingly endless hall, Alice's eyes fixate on a delicate, three-legged table of pure glass, a beacon of hope amidst the overwhelming odds. Upon the glass table rests a minuscule golden key, shimmering like a fallen star, promising a solution to her desperate quest. With bated breath and trembling hands, Alice grasps the minuscule golden key, her heart pounding with anticipation as she dares to dream of escape. Alas, the key proves to be a cruel jest of fate, either too small for the doors or the doors too large for the key. Hope turns to ashes as Alice realizes the golden key is nothing more than a mocking symbol of unattainable freedom. In the expansive long hall, Alice's eyes alight upon a subtle, previously unnoticed low curtain, its presence hinting at secrets yet to be unveiled. Behind the curtain, a diminutive door, a mere 15 inches tall, emerges as a gateway to the unknown, beckoning Alice into its mysterious embrace. With bated breath and a heart full of hope, Alice inserts the golden key into the lock, a spark of anticipation flickering in her eyes. To Alice's uncontainable joy, the declares, to her delight, it fits. Alice, with a surge of curiosity, pushes open the door to find herself facing a passage barely larger than a rat hole. Kneeling down, her eyes widen as she gazes into a breathtaking garden bathed in ethereal light. The passage offers a glimpse of a vibrant garden, a stark contrast to the confined space surrounding her. In the cramped passage, Alice's longing to reach the garden's blossoms and fountains intensifies. The doorway, a cruel barrier, mocks her dreams as it denies even the passage of her head. In a moment of stark realization, she understands the futility of her struggle against the unyielding barrier. Alice returns to the table, her gaze sweeping across the surface, desperately searching for a key or a guide to unlock the secrets of shrinking. In a twist of fate, a tiny bottle materializes before her eyes, an enigma that promises both peril and possibility. The reveals. Instead, she finds a little bottle on it, which certainly wasn't there before. In the long hall, a bottle beckons with the words, "Drink me," elegantly displayed, sparking a moment of cautious curiosity in Alice. Alice eyes the bottle cautiously, as if sensing the mysterious secret it holds within. Alice eyes the mysterious bottle with caution, haunted by chilling tales of children who met grim fates by ignoring simple warnings. A sudden wave of prudence washes over her as she recalls the somber tales of children's misfortune. Driven by a surge of caution, she decides to check if it is marked poison before taking a sip. In the quiet of the long hall, an unlabeled bottle becomes the focal point of Alice's growing curiosity. Driven by a reckless spirit, Alice lifts the mysterious bottle, ready to defy the unknown. In a moment of daring, she sips, then indulges, as a riot of unimaginable flavors explodes on her palate. In a moment of pure delight, Alice finishes it off, savoring the symphony of cherry tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, toffee, and hot buttered toast. In the long hall, Alice looks around, bewilderment etched across her face as she clutches her dress, overwhelmed by a strange sensation. In a moment of startled realization, Alice exclaims, "What a curious feeling!" With growing alarm, Alice cries out, "I must be shutting up like a telescope." She realizes she is shrinking rapidly. Reduced to a mere 10 inches, Alice's face brightens with a surge of hope, envisioning the enchanting garden beyond the tiny door. The narrator softly echoes Alice's thoughts. She's now the right size for going through the little door into the lovely garden. Alice stands alone in the long hall, a solitary figure framed by the towering doorway. As palpable tension fills the air, minutes stretch into an eternity as Alice waits, her nervousness growing with each passing moment. In a moment of introspection, Alice glances down at herself, a flicker of nervousness dancing in her eyes, wondering if she is going to shrink any further. Lost in thought, Alice softly murmurs, "I wonder what it would be like to go out altogether, like a candle." Realizing the adventure has paused, Alice resolves to explore the garden, her heart filled with anticipation. As she approaches the garden door, a sudden realization strikes her. The golden key, essential for her journey, is missing. A wave of frustration washes over Alice, threatening to extinguish her adventurous spirit before it can truly ignite. Alice steals back to the table, her gaze locked on the key, a beacon of hope just beyond her grasp. Through the looking glass, the key's intricate details mockingly reveal themselves, clear yet unattainable. With a spark of inspiration, Alice attempts a daring ascent up the table leg, her ambition soaring. Her dreams are shattered as she slides back down, defeated by the smooth, unyielding surface. In the expansive hall, Alice's eyes dart around, finally locking onto a small glass box hidden beneath a table. With bated breath, Alice delicately lifts the lid of the glass box, revealing its mysterious contents. A cake with the words "Eat Me" marked in currants. In the expansive hall, Alice is caught in a moment of contemplation, her eyes gleaming with determination. Alice, in a burst of defiance, declares, "Well, I'll eat it," setting her course with unwavering resolve. She continues, "And if it makes me grow larger, I can reach the key, and if it makes me grow smaller, I can creep under the door, envisioning the possibilities with a spark of adventure." With a final, bold proclamation, Alice concludes, "So either way, I'll get into the garden, and I don't care which happens."